These petite rescue rangers help wild animals in distress every day. We're on night duty with Anbu and Charlene from Acres, a wildlife rescue organization, and they tell us about some of the exotic animals they've encountered on the job, some dangerous, but mostly just frightened. And some of these animals are victims of wildlife smuggling and when rescued, are returned to their natural habitats.
This is another case recently that happened in Lim Chu Kang, where two concerned members of public who were taking a walk in the nature area, watching birds, photographing, they actually found this wild boar stuck in a snare trap. You can see the snare cable here, metal wire that's tied, and basically the wild boar got trapped, and this is illegal. It's an offense, and unfortunately the wild boar was not alive. He already passed away when we arrived at the scene. Basically, mammals, they struggle, all wild animals will try to struggle and set themselves free, and the snare will tighten more and more, like any other trap. And basically, he just suffocated himself, and in stress, he passed away, which is really unfortunate. Authorities, AVA has responded at the scene as well to take over the case. This was a case where a member of public actually caught a young crocodile caught by himself, which is not really advisable at all, and the crocodile was sadly caught from their own natural habitat by the reservoir. The police referred the case to us, and we went down. So we advised him not to catch from their natural habitats as well. And there's been a case which, this is really dangerous. He's actually a spitting cobra. We are not sure how he was caught, but he was caught in a bag, and his mouth was completely tied up. It is really dangerous to do this. This is also dangerous, a spitting cobra. He was found behind a childcare center. This is also dangerous, though the member of public was just trying to help by holding the snake. But it can hurt the snake, and the snake can easily spit. We helped to relocate him. This is very sad. Basically, they saw the python by the roadside, and members of public, and there was a huge crowd. But when we arrived, there was no one, but the python was already dead on arrival. As you can see from the picture, he was really strangled up with ropes and cables. So it was really sad to see an animal go this way. This is another sad case. The next photo shows how bad he is. Basically, the python was run over. This happened just this morning. Unfortunately, he had to be put on. As you can see, he is in very bad situation. This one also we do not advise. They caught the snake on their own. There's a high possibility that people may mistake that they are venomous because they are coloured patterns. It is not always true, but in Singapore, in urban areas, cobras can be found, and the only precaution to be taken for solid black snakes. The rest of the snakes mostly are harmless. But no matter what wild animal he or she is, it's best not to catch them on their own. This is an albino pygmy hedgehog. They're native to Africa, and it's a very sad case because he was smuggled inside to be kept as a pet. They are illegal to be kept as pets here in Singapore, and he was abandoned as well. So he was found roaming around on a grass patch in Yishun, and a member of public was concerned, picked him up. He was so hungry, he was so covered in filth. So he was cleaned up, we warmed him up, and he ate almost everything that was provided to him. We handed it over to the AVA, and it shows that we need more awareness on, these animals should not be here in the first place. This is a barn owl crossing his legs inside an MRT station. Like most wild animals cannot recognize glass as glass. So he was trying to fly through the glass. So the MRT staff were also very helpful. He was just rescued. We had to climb up, and then he was released outside. That was him.
My most memorable would be a baby bat. So there was this call that came in saying that there was a baby bat on the ground. And we found this little baby bat, and we tried to put him on the tree. And he would climb a bit, and he was just screaming. And then we heard this really loud clicking and this fluttering of wings. And I think that's when the most magical thing happened. This mother came. She was just flying around, and then she finally settled on the trunk. And then she just spread her wings. And then the baby just started to crawl up her back. And then they flew off. He just needed that small little help to be put back onto the trunk. It's just a little poke to make us realize that, you know, they are really well by their own selves. Sometimes they do need a bit of help, and they just share that family relationship. So it was really heartwarming.
All in a day's work for Charlene and Anbu. For more weird and wonderful animals they've met on the job, see our other clips.